Hi everyone, I'm just going to show how we finish doing this. So I'm just doing a little recording because I'm going to be away. So once you get it, get your bone folder and go along these points. Just swap it around and do all your points and give them a real good score down. Looks a bit awkward, but it's not. You just need to keep going from the next one to the next one. Okay, and get them really good pressed down with that bone folder. Get that scored line happening so that the pieces come together a lot easier when you're putting your glue on. It makes it a lot easier. Okay. So now you can sort of see, make sure that, then just go through and make sure that you've got all your score lines happening down the bottom as well. Run your fingers along. The other thing that's really handy to have when you're actually gluing is an embossing buddy. That's one of the embossing buddies that we have for our embossing, but that comes in really handy at times as well. So let's start. We're going to get our tear tape first. Now tear tape can be put on one side or both. It's entirely up to you how much you want to apply. Okay, I like mine pretty close to the top. The last one I did more to the bottom, but I think I prefer it more to the top. I don't know. I don't think there's a right or a wrong way. So that's our first peak, So now we're going to work on our second peak, which is this one here. So I'm going to bring that along, and I think that's why I did it along the bottom, because that's exactly what I just did then. Put it to the bottom. Okay, so it's neither right or wrong. You can do either, as long as you have a piece of tear tape on each side. So now I'm going to do some on this side as well. So down here, bring it across, and just tear it towards the end. Don't you love tear tape? You don't have to get your scissors out. I love it. Okay. Down here. And just rip it at the end. And here. Coming across. The binders are important because your pages are going to hang off the binders. So you sort of need to make sure that they're attached really well, that they're glued really well, and that you let them have time to dry before you start applying all the pages to it. And this is the thing that I love about doing it weekly like this, because it gives you time to make your binder up, and then gives you time to have a week before we do the next one, and that will be the starting of the pages, and you'll have your binder pretty well dry to start attaching pages. Because once you get it in that book, which we're going to do, that got caught on it, not good. Okay, get off my finger. Once you get it into your book, you want to let it have that sit time. Okay, you want it to let it sit and dry a little bit. Oh, Teresa, the tape caught on the edge. If your tape gets caught on the edge, just get rid of it. Okay, then give it a really good press down. Give these glue bits a really good press down. Okay, the tear tape. You can use your bone folder even if you want to. Make sure that it's really tightly stuck. Now some people like to put the tape on both sides. Look, that's a preference. You can put it on both sides if you want to, because we're going to start pulling them in like this now. Now I don't do that first one yet. I like to start with this second one first. So I'm going to pull my tear tape out, grab my pick tool or your scissors or your nails or whatever you want, pull that out, and then I'm going to put my, don't go past you've got 3 score lines, this one, which is your mountain fold, and then you've got this valley fold. Don't go past them, okay? You just want to go within that area. And you may want to use your finger, because you might want to spread it out, okay? You might want to spread it right along. You might want to make sure that you've got it all covered from score line to score line. And sometimes when you don't want it to poke out the other side, like when you squeeze it together, you don't want it to come out. You you probably want to use your finger or something and bring it right up to that edge. Okay, so we're going to do our first one. So we're going to bring it together like this. So you can sort of see we've got our first one coming together like this. And then we're going to turn it over and we're going to pinch it. We're going to pinch it. I'm going to get a baby wipe because I really do need to wipe my fingers. Okay, put that back in there. I really do need to wipe my fingers because I don't want glue on this side at the moment at all. Okay. Yep, I've got old pants on. So when you turn it back over, you can sort of see now you sort of got that first one like that. Okay. Then you're going to come into doing your next one, which is going to be pinched together like this. So pinch it together and make sure that you've got those score lines happening. And then turn it over and take out your tear tape backing. Okay, come away. Oh, my fingers, see if I can use my other hand. My fingers don't want to work sometimes, that's okay. So you can sort of see now we're going to do that gluing once again. Okay, so we want to glue between that score line, that bottom score line up to the next score line, and then down to the score line and back up over your tear tape. The tear tape just gives it a little bit more strength, okay? So it just gives it a little bit more strength. So now we're going to pinch this one together. Okay, so we're going to open it up and we're going to pinch it. That's where we've glued. Now you can sort of see I've got a bit of glue come out the bottom there. So I just put a little bit too much in, and I didn't use my fingers that time. So you can sort of see when you don't use your fingers, how easy it is for it to slide out. Okay, but it's all right because this bit's going to be glued. It's just that you don't want to get all this gluey at the moment. Okay, so dry this off. So once again, hold this down. You can sort of see now we've got our next one. So you can see now we've got the 3 like that. And they're pretty solid. So that's good. Right to the edge. Okay, so we're going to do the same to the next one now. We're going to keep going along. Okay, take that bit off. And I'm going to use my finger again this time. Okay, so I'm going to put that in. I've got a wet one here, yes. Okay, so I'm going to use my finger and spread it. Okay, you can use your water painter brush, your thick one, you know, that thick one we've got in the water painting, you get 3. I did have mine here. I did grab it out earlier. I don't know where I put it, but that's okay. And then come in with it on this side as well, and just make sure you spread it along so it doesn't pop out through the top. And this gives you the opportunity to really put the glue down on these edges too. Okay, so now turn it over and squeeze this together. I'm just going to wipe my fingers. This wipe's getting a little bit tacky. Okay, just wipe them. Every now and then you might have to go and wash your hands and give them a good clean, but that's okay. You can have an old towel next to you as well instead of your jeans, but I've got old jeans that I use just for my crafting. Who does that? We all do, I think. So over like that. Now you can sort of see we've got our 4th one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. And they're all sitting pretty much the same, which is good. So that's good. Now we're going to take this one out. The next one. And we're going to pull that one up. Oh, my poor fingers don't want to work. Okay. Does get a bit frustrating at times, I tell you. So we're going into this side here, down to the centre. Now you can see that I've put a fair bit on there. So grab that finger or that brush and give it a spread. And you can spread it on the other side as well. Now the good thing about the liquid glue as well is that you can let it just sit there while you wipe your fingers too. You don't have to squeeze it first. You can just let your fingers, clean your fingers up. You can go and wash them and then come back and squeeze it, okay? Don't air dry it too much or it becomes like a Post-it note, just tacky. Okay, so once you got that, you're going to grab and pinch that because that's the one that you're doing. You're going to open this up and you can sort of see we're building our pages here, like where our pages are going to go. So now we've got 5. Just make sure you really do pinch it up this top end here where you've put the glue. Make sure you give it a really good pinch in there. And like I said, when you've had it sitting there for, I don't know, half an hour or whatever, come back and just do them again. Like just pinch them again and make sure that they're all really lovely together. Okay, I find putting them down on the glass mat and or on the silicone craft sheet and just really getting your fingers in there and sliding them around along each of these peaks is a really good idea, because now you can sort of see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're going to do our next one. that's easier. Do it that way, trees. And if you want to, you can sort of bring your finger in underneath that, you know that you're working on that peak. That's entirely up to you, but I'm quite sure you know where you're working. So okay, so then get your finger again and give it a really good wipe. I do like the fact that you can get right up into the side, like this side, and make sure you've got it right up there, that score line as well. Wash your hands. And it just is a really good idea, because that way you get it nice and glued beautifully. Oh. Okay, might need to clean one of them. I have got a towel somewhere. It's just not next to me. Okay, so we're going to now grab that one and push that one together. Okay, so you can sort of see now we're doing this one. You want to make sure that it doesn't go crooked, so you want to make sure that you've got them all nice and straight when you're doing them. Okay, so turn him over once you get him, and give it a good squeeze at the ends. Okay, so it just really holds these ends together. You want them really stuck together. So if you see one that's not sticking really well, just hold it for a few minutes, okay, and it will stick. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, take that one off. And it is a little bit time consuming, but you need to do it, probably take you, don't rush it. Make sure that you spend the time to do it properly the first time, because you don't want to have to come back and redo it later. Okay, so you really want to put the time into it. Your fingers come in so handy, don't they? I mean, we used our fingers for a lot before we had all these tools, so I don't mind going back to using my fingers. Okay. Then turn it over. You can sort of see this one now is going to go together. So we got this one. So open it up and make sure you've got your flat little ones going down flat. Okay, you don't want them getting glued. You want to make sure that they're not being glued. You want to make sure that they're all together. Okay. Also, embossing buddy comes in handy with your fingers too. If you feel like your fingers are getting a little bit sticky, you can put a little bit of embossing buddy powder on it, and it just helps take that stickiness away off your fingers. Okay, so now we've got this one done. So now we need to do the next one. Just a couple more to go. And then we'll get into the next stage. I'm trying to hold it down nice, and yeah, that one's, I haven't glued tight enough. Can you see that? It's opened up. Okay, so we'll glue this one down, and we'll have to hold that one a little bit more. Okay. Just add a little bit more in there. And put this down. That's my glue finger. I'm not touching it with my glue finger. And then grab that one and give it a good pinch at the end, because obviously you know, that can happen. You just don't press it quite hard enough. Probably need another wipe in a minute, but that's okay. Only got a few more to go. Make sure that you really hold these together. Okay, they do take a little bit of holding down. So just squeeze them. Make sure that they're all squeezed nicely, each one of them. Go back over all of them. Make sure that they're all stuck together. Okay. Now we've got the last one here to do, and then the last one over this side to do. So let's do this one first. Okay, pull that back off. How many of you like using tear tape? Tear tape does give it a little bit more strength, so which is a good thing, because you know, you can never have enough strength. I don't like, I find it really hard to use, or I shouldn't say I don't like, I just find it hard to use the Seal Plus in places like this, you know. And the Seal Plus is sort of like our red tape that we used to have. I really like the red tape, but once it's down, it's down. There's no forgiving. So this is a more forgiving way of doing it. Okay, so once you got this down, this is just going to fold over that one there, okay, because that's going to be your N1 here. So you're just going to hold that. So you can sort of see that that one's stuck down, and now we're just going to do this last one over here, and then I'll show you how to do the rest of this. So we're just going to, I actually have got a little bit of a cut on my finger, which is stinging at the moment because I was wiping my phone and it got dropped, and the protector cracked. I'm glad I had the protector on it though. And I was wiping it this morning before I was doing videos, and what happened? I ran my finger right over a sharp bit and it cut it. And that really does hurt. So I'm just going to put some on this side. Okay, get that finger happening again. Okay, and then fold this one up too, and that's that. Whoop, that's that last peak over this side. Wants to twist itself, so that's this one over here. Okay, let that sit for about half an hour. Okay, if you can, go off and do something, then come back to it. Okay, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to keep going just so that you can see what I'm doing. But it is a good idea to let it dry if you can. Okay, so I do recommend letting it have a bit of a dry period. So you're going to grab some more tear tape and you're going to add it across here, and I'm just going to grab those scissors because I don't want it that long. One there. You can put as many as you want or as little as you want, but you want that extra security happening through here. Try to get it the right size. Okay, one through here to hold this all together. Not too long. And one down here as well through those ones there. So you want it through there, the tear tape. You can add one there and there if you want to. Look, it doesn't hurt because it just gives it that little bit more strength through that not coming apart. Okay. So you can do another one down here. That just holds it together. Just gonna take that off my scissors. I'm going to throw that wet one away and get a clean one because that one's very tacky now. It's got a lot of glue on it. Okay, once you've got these ones on and you've let it sit for half an hour or an hour, come back. Oh, just dry my hands again. Put some powder on them. The powder just helps it slide along the cardstock. Okay. It's amazing how much glue you get on you. Okay, hopefully I've got enough off. And we're going to come down and we're just going to make sure that these are all sitting nice and firm on that tear tape we just put on there. Okay, so just pushing down in that centre, those centre bits here. Okay, now this is the tricky but not tricky. It is tricky in the sense that this goes right virtually nearly to the top there. So, okay, so you're going to have it pretty well just down a fraction. Okay, so you're just going to have it down a fraction. So you do need to be a little bit patient, but we're going to start at the top here. Okay, and we're going to start this section here. So we're going to get this glue happening across and down. And we're doing this section here. You can go in between those score lines as well with your glue. It won't hurt having a little bit extra. And then you're going to get your finger and your brush, and you're going to make sure that you get it right up to the edge. Okay, now we're going to leave that bit for a minute and we're going to move our way down. So I'm not going to wash my finger yet because we're going to be get this bit off. And we're going to come in and come down to the next bit of tear tape. Okay, grab your finger and smooth it all out, even over your tear tape. Okay, then come and do the next one. And as we're doing this, we're moving our hand downwards so we're not touching the glue. Okay, in here. Now this is going to be sitting glued for a week while I'm away, so that's going to be awesome because you want it to sit as long as you can before you start adding pages. So a week's good, and that's why I love doing the week step-by-step videos for you, because it gives everything time to dry. Okay, now this section here, and I'm going to take this bit off and come down to the bottom. Well, I've got my finger in there gluing on my poor hand. I'm making it look hard. It's not hard, just my hand doesn't want to work. Okay, so I've got glue on my fingers, so just be careful and mindful when you've got glue on your fingers. Okay, so start rubbing this one right up to the top here. Okay, so you're covering it all. Okay, just sit it down on the table for a minute while you clean your hand, get that glue off your fingers. Okay, now this is important, so you're going to hold it on the sides, this side and this side. Trying to work out which is going to be the easiest way for you to see. Probably this. So you're lining it up just a little bit. I can't see the other side now. You might see my head for a minute. Because once you get this started to stick down, you want to make sure that it's in the right spot. Make sure that it's got plenty of room down the bottom as well. Okay, so whoop. Once you've got it where you want it, okay, go and wash your hands before you do any more. Okay, I'm just going to wipe mine. Okay, get that glue off. And we don't think we're going to get tacky and gluey because we've been doing it for such a long time. And you think you're never going to get glue on your hands, but you do. Doesn't matter how good you are. Okay, grab that bone folder now and go along in between your sections here and give it a really good secure with your bone folder. Okay, if you haven't got a bone folder, okay, I can hear you say, I don't have a bone folder. And look, some people don't. They don't have one to start off with. You can always come in with the handle side of your scissors. If you've got a nice thin pair of scissors, you can come in with that. Or you can come in with your fingers and press them down with your fingers as well, like probably just your little finger, and you can just slide it across like this. Okay, so make sure that's all nicely done. So that is now our binder bit. You can, if you want to, stick this one down and this one down, but I'm not going to. I want them as pages. Okay, I want them as pages. So that's how it's going to look now. Okay, let's come up and say hello. Hello, and we're a little bit over, but there you go. Now we've got our insert in to start putting our pages in. Now, some of you would have seen I put ribbon on here last week, but I ended up cutting it off right to here because the more I pulled at it, the more it stretched, and it's not the ribbon that I really liked. So I cut it off. And you can do that. If you sometimes put something on and it's not what you want, just cut it off, okay? So it's not that I've made another one, I've just cut the ribbon off because I'll put something else on there a bit later that ribbon stretched. The more I tried to tie it, the more it stretched. So yeah, wasn't the best ribbon for this sort of folder. God bless you all. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you when I get back from on stage on the following Thursday at 11 o'clock. Bye for now.